Mets fans are wondering about Carlos Correa's deal after there was an issue with his physical. Hasn't really been any news on that front for a while, but we did get a big clue today. Or what is this? Correa posting a pic to his Instagram of his son wearing a pretty cool I Love New York shirt, I must say. I've never seen that one before. Does that come in adult sizes? Anyway, what do you think right there? Correa with his son with an I Love New York shirt. Laura, how do you see this playing out here with Correa and the Mets? It's gone on for a while, really been no update aside from that Instagram post. How do you see this playing out?
I think that's a pretty big update right there. I don't think you put your toddler in an I Love New York onesie with an orange stitched glove and, not say that you're going to work with the Mets. I think there are obviously some issues here. There was that report from Rosenthal about the Mets being worried about the stability of his leg. And so when you think about something like that, you worry about the potential for arthritis, things that could really harm you in a long deal, 10 years, 12 years. So I do think the Mets are going to get this deal done. I do, however, think they're going to have to restructure the way that they want to get it done. We've heard Correa say that he wants to keep the number of years, he wants to keep that amount of money. But, they could do a sort of J.D. Martinez situation where they have all these benchmarks, these stipulations that indicate, all right, you have to play this many games, you have to be healthy for this long in order to get the payout that you want.
The bottom line is the language, to your point, Laura, it's going to look different maybe than what we thought 2 or 3 weeks ago. But at the end of the day here, Carlos Correa is going to be a New York Met. I just cannot imagine, after all of the bravado, after all of the talk about the idea of the Mets needing a big bat, the idea that Carlos Correa is the missing piece for this team, that all of a sudden at the 11th hour here, it's going to break through, it's going to fall apart when the Mets were willing to go and give him an 11, a 12, a 13-year contract, for goodness sakes. Look, I get it. There's concern. There was clear concern with the San Francisco Giants. They backed out of the deal, but the Mets want the player. He wants to be here. At the end of the day, we will be talking about Carlos Correa at third base for the New York Mets opening day 2023. There's not a doubt in my mind.
I agree, JJ. I think if this was going to fall apart, we would, holidays and all, we would have heard some whispers about this. But I think right now what we're seeing is lawyers going over contracts, clauses being inserted, all trying to protect the Mets, protect Correa as much as possible in the deal and the money that he got. I love to think about, one of the things that I thought about this whole time is when the Mets' concerns first came out about the leg, obviously mirroring the Giants, there was that narrative that, Steve Cohen talked on the record, so the Mets are locked in. I don't know that they're necessarily locked in, because what's the punishment for moving away from a guy who doesn't have a signed contract? The Players Association will be mad. Scott Boras will be mad. Correa will be mad. Ultimately, who can force the Mets to pay the money to Correa off of that? There may be a grievance that the Mets would lose, but that doesn't seem like something that would stop Steve Cohen, if that's the way he wanted to go. I don't think it's going to go.
But that's the thing, right? The owner wants to play.
Yes.
So at the end of the day, he wants Correa. He made it clear he wants Correa. They're getting Correa.